First we crack the shell, then we crack the nuts inside!
Hello everyone, it is Briximus Prime, back for another Transformers Studio Series 86 action figure video, and today we're going to be looking at the Studio Series 86 Core Class Spike Witwicky and Decepticon Rumble. And on the packaging here, we've got the nice little images right up there of Rumble and Spike Witwicky. Down here it says Studio Series 86. It's got the faction logos. It says their name right there. And it does say Rumble Blue, so yes, this is Rumble, not Frenzy. And then right here it says Transformers. Here on the side, more artwork. Authentic Transform! Got obligatory product shots and such. And then here on the side, you got their mug shots. And it says Core Class right there. He does not look happy. And he looks pretty happy.
Oh shit!
So anyway, that is basically it for the packaging. Rumble, would you please stop that? And now here's taking a look at their accessories. The Spike Witwicky here only comes with this pair of yellow blast effects, which look kind of like a pair of yellow artichokes. You can give Spike Witwicky the blast effects by transforming the arms around, and you can transform his arms like those little arm cannon things that Daniel Witwicky did in the movie.
Daniel, you son of a...
Or another thing that you also can do, you could also rotate these arms back around, and now you could give Spike Witwicky this cool, I guess, like rocket punch kind of move right here. And then Rumble here comes with his pair of little shoulder cannons right there. And these have a couple of ways you can plug them on. Then here is Rumble's pile drivers, and I really like that they gave him this because it definitely gives him a little bit more bulk, especially for the price that you pay for this guy. I mean, how do you justify paying $10 for a Micromaster? You just plug Rumble's little guns into these tiny little holes on his back right there. And then once you got those plugged in, it makes him look a lot more cartoon accurate. And then you want to flip in his little hands, and that will allow you to take the pile driver and slide it over this stump of an arm. And there you go. You got his pile drivers. Rumble can also equip those guns onto his arms as well. And here's taking a look at the Studio Series 86 Core Class Spike Witwicky. And the figure looks really good. I like his exo-suit here. It's got those yellow dots with those bits of color separation. I like this kind of very light baby blue they used here. Very animation accurate colors. And the white here, it looks good as well. And there's no spots of yellowing or anything on this figure. And that's pretty good as well. And all the mechanical detailing is spot on, obviously. And he even has his little creepy mannequin face in there. So this little dome can shift from side to side, but as you can see, it doesn't move the head down there. And you can't really access it or anything. You can't remove this. There's this little slider back here. And that slider allows for this to look left and right. Shoulders can rotate forward that far. They can rotate back about that far. Because of this wheel here, to get some certain poses, you have to kind of rotate it in a certain orientation in order to get it in certain areas, but it technically can do a full 360. You just have to shift it back and forth. The shoulders can move outward that far, as you can see. He does get a swivel right here. He also gets a backwards and forwards bend here at the elbow. And then, like I said, swivel right here, as well as a swivel at the actual arms for transformation. Sadly, no waist swivel, and there clearly is enough room on this figure that they could have included one. Kind of a missed opportunity there. Hips can kick forward that far. They can kick back that far. They can move outward that far. He doesn't have a thigh swivel, but you can swivel at the knee. He does get a bend at the knee, and if you use a transformation joint, you can technically bend it in even more. And then nothing at the ankle, but it is sculpted at a pivot. So yeah, not bad articulation here on the Spike Witwicky, the bad mouther himself.
Oh shit, what are we gonna do now?
Let's take a look at Rumble. And here's taking a look at Rumble. I'm doing my best so that you guys can take a real close look at him. As you can see, he's got some nice silver and red there in the face. I like how much life that brings into him. Definitely makes him look a lot better, definitely pops on the figure. And again, he's got those cartoon accurate guns on his back, and I love the colors, very cartoon accurate. Those tiny highlights of silver, again, really bring out a lot of the highlights of the mechanical detailing. He's got his little, he has his little sculpted fists right there, and he's even got the, his legs and the panel lining. I like that they added those bits of yellow and red. Virtually no kibble. I don't count the guns because, one, you can remove those, and two, it's cartoon accurate. And overall, the posability on Rumble is also really good as well. These little guns back here can shift from side to side. His little head here is on a ball joint, so it can swivel from left to right, and he can look up a little bit. His shoulders can move outward that far. There's also an extra hinge joint, so they can move even farther out. You can also use that shoulder ball joint as a swivel and a rotation. And then the hips can kick forward, they can kick back, they can move outward very far, and then he does get a swivel at the knee, bend at the knee, which bends all the way in, and then finally, due to transformation, he does get some toe articulation. So very good articulation, especially for a teeny little guy such as this. And what's also nice is I really like double reviewing these two because these two were kind of like rivals in the cartoon. Yeah, Spike was kind of a wimp though, so he didn't really do much. Here is the Studio Series 86 Spike, Witwicky, and Rumble compared next to the Deluxe class Bumblebee. These two look great together. Here they are compared next to Rumble's dad, Soundwave. And then here they are compared next to the previous versions of Rumble and Spike Witwicky that we got in the past, Micromaster scale. Now let's get into these guys' quick and easy transformations. And yeah, this is very unconvincing to be a vehicle, but then again, that's movie accurate, because in the movie, it also was kind of unconvincing to be a vehicle. If it transformed too much, the human would probably be crushed or whatever. But then again, it's not a bad idea to kill off Spike Witwicky. And overall, this thing does have some tiny little rolling wheels, so it does roll around, and as you can see, you can plug in the blast effects and have them with little rocket boosters. Don't really got much else to say about it. And of course, Rumble transforms into his little cassette here. This guy does have the gimmick still of being able to fit in Soundwave's chest. As you can see, I have the Siege Soundwave. Now, because he does have those toes and he is slightly bigger, he does fit quite snugly into the Soundwave figure, and he is pretty convincing as a cassette in there. But just be aware that if you push the button, he doesn't really want to come out because, again, he's such a big figure, so you have to kind of pull it open manually, and then you can slide him out. But then, just letting you know, you can get a Rumble to go into your Siege Soundwave, or obviously the Legacy one, which they reissued the Siege Soundwave into Legacy. But you can't fit the piled drivers in there with him, so 0 out of 10. Technically, you can store all of Rumble's accessories on him, but then he just ends up looking, well, like that. And here he is with Bumblebee, Soundwave, and then also, just while I'm at it, here is Rumble compared next to another cassette, Ravage. And then finally, here is the Rumble and Spike compared next to the other versions of Rumble and Spike. So anyway, that's it for comparisons. And that is basically it for my review on the Studio Series 86 Core Class Spike Witwicky and 86 Rumble. My only issue is that Spike Witwicky may not be my favorite of these two, but the Spike Witwicky I feel like is more worth the money because of how big he is. He comes with blast effects, which are always really useful and helpful to use with other Transformers figures. But my main issue here is the pricing on Rumble. Rumble should not be that much money. At this point, I say they should have just done a 2-pack between Rumble and Frenzy and just included both of them together as like a kind of like what they used to do with the little Micromaster 2-packs. And honestly, I think that would have made it feel a lot better, especially for, the price that we're paying for Transformers nowadays. So I do hope that they repaint this into a Frenzy, and I'll still definitely get it. I just feel like this guy is not really worth picking up for how much he is. But overall, I still think the Spike Witwicky is a really good figure, and I don't really have any complaints about him. The only thing that I really could say is that I wish he had a waist swivel, and obviously the face could have looked a lot better. And yeah, if I had to give these figures individual ratings, I give the Rumble a very solid 7 out of 10, and the Spike Witwicky I give a solid 6 out of 10. Again, these figures are just fine, and they are some good core class figures. My only thing is that I wish they just had a little bit more engineering, that I feel like it got a little bit gypped out of their budget when they really could have easily had it. But honestly, the main issue with the Rumble is I just wish that it came in a 2-pack with the Frenzy. And I feel like it would have been a lot better to at least have gotten it in a 2-pack, because that's what they did back in Earthrise and Siege with Micromaster 2-packs. So again, just missed opportunity there. And yeah, that is basically it for this review. So if you guys enjoyed the review, be sure to give me a like on the video, comment down below what you guys think, subscribe to the channel for more action figure videos, and I'll catch you guys next time.